12 teams will hit the field as it's wild card weekend in the NFL playoffs. Hey everyone, welcome into another NFL breakdown. Rob Wong, joined alongside by Postmedia sports betting columnist Brennan and Toronto Sun NFL writer Dan Bilicki. Time together against the spread picks for the wild card round. And Don, we'll start with you. The Bills steamrolled their way into the AFC East title and now have home field advantage against the Steelers. Weather is expected to play a major factor in this one as Buffalo is a 10-point home favorite. Can they cover in what should be a low-scoring affair?
Yeah, the only double-digit spread of the wild card weekend, and obviously there's a lot of reasons for that. There's a lot of reasons to like the Buffalo Bills. Won their last 5 games. They've got Josh Allen, who's a tremendous leader, and he's 4-0 in playoff home games. They've got a well-rounded offense with the aerial attack, the good receivers, and James Cook, the running back, and their defense has had a good year. There's also another reason to like the Bills, and that's T.J. Watt is going to miss the game, and we all know what he can do. Best edge rusher in the NFL. Last year, the Steelers, without T.J. Watt, were 1-6 and 30th against the pass, and with him, they were 8-2 and 6th against the pass. So that gives you an idea of how important he is. Steelers are also, they were 5-0 this season, straight up when they were an underdog of 3 points or more, 6-0 when they were an underdog of 2 points or more. So, their last 3 ventures into the playoffs have not been good. They've allowed 45 points, an average of 45 points, losing their last 3 games. But I don't think that it's good. This is going to be a blowout, and I think that Mike Tomlin's success that he's had against the spread. I mean, he's 57-33-1 or something like that. And also the great equalizer, as you said, Rob, at the opening, is going to be that weather. Let me read you the weather forecast. As of we speak, for Sunday, game time, there's an 80% chance of snow. Temperature, -5. Winds, those lake effect winds, 45 kilometers, gusting up to 68 kilometers an hour. I'm glad I'm going to be watching this game at home, but I think it's still going to be a good game. I think the Steelers are going to keep it close. They're going to hang in there. They got Mason Rudolph going. I think the Steelers are going to hang in there. They're not going to win. Buffalo, 27-20 is my call.
All right, Dan, the weather should be slightly better in Kansas City as the Chiefs host the Dolphins. Miami stumbling their way into the postseason as KC are 4.5-point favorites. Which side are you leaning?
Well, you may not get those winds and snow, but it's going to be absolutely frigid in KC with a forecast around -30 with the wind chill at kickoff. It hasn't been that cold in Miami since the last ice age. The Dolphins have lost their last 10 games they played when kickoff temperatures below 4 degrees. Tua Tagovailoa is 0-4 in those temperatures too. The Dolphins are also about as banged up as they come. They've lost some real important pieces on defense, and they're even auditioning linebackers off the street this week. It's very welcome news to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Probably look to get Travis Kelce going in the middle of the field there. On offense, the Dolphins also have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. They've all been limited in practice this week. They'll probably play, but how effective are they going to be? With the cold and all the injuries, I just think it's too much for the Finns to overcome, so I think the Chiefs will take it.
All right, Don, lots of storylines involved in the Rams and Lions game as Detroit are 3-point favorites. Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, both looking for revenge against their old teams. Which QB is going to get the last laugh?
First time in history that 2 starting quarterbacks, are facing their former team in a playoff matchup. I like that storyline. I like the running backs in this game. I mean, you've got the great 1-2 punch of Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery with the Lions, and you got Kyron Williams. I mean, what this guy did this year is remarkable. He was the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL, despite only playing 12 games. He's also he's a threat coming out of the backfield with the passing game. I really like the both teams' offenses. I mean, the receiving core of both teams, Cooper Rush, Puka Nacua, and Demarcus Robinson has caught 12 passes in the last 2 games for 174 yards. So they've got a lot of weapons at their disposal there. I think that the difference coming down to this one, and I mean, I think that the Lions are really going to miss Sam Laporta, even though it's starting to sound like there's a chance that he could get in there. But if he doesn't, that's a big miss because the the Rams have struggled against tight ends, and this guy's proven already to be one of the best. I think the difference in the game, though, is going to be the secondary of the Detroit Lions, which has been torched numerous times this year. 27th against the pass, facing that aerial attack of the Rams with Stafford. The experience of Stafford and Cooper Kupp, I mean, those guys to me are scary. I think that's a trendy pick these days. It's the sexy pick, the Rams. And I think that I'm going to have to stick with it. I like the Rams, not only just not to cover, but actually to come out and win this game with experience being the factor. I've got a 31-30 final.
Finally, Dan, the Texans 2.5-point home dogs against the Browns in CJ Stroud's playoff debut. Can the rookie QB get the job done?
It's the QB matchup is an ultimate battle of the ages here with journeyman Joe Flacco taking on the rookie sensation CJ Stroud. Both have been something special this season. Stroud right from the get-go, not much was expected from him, but he really started lighting it up. And, Flacco came off the couch to lead the Browns late in the year. The biggest stat to see here in the matchup is quarterbacks with playoff experience versus first-time starters. It's the more experienced quarterback that has a 35-17-1 record against the spread. When these two teams met in Week 16, the Browns had Amari Cooper go for 265 yards and 2 TDs. And, he missed the past 2 weeks, but he's going to be back in there after dealing with his heel injury. On the other side, Houston had their number 2 receiver, Noah Brown, add to the injury report this week, and we don't know if he's going to play. With the Browns' defense as good as it is, ranking second in the league in DVOA, it's going to be tough for them to overcome. So I think I'll go with Flacco to continue the story here.
All right, should be a fun weekend, that is for sure. As always, let us know what you're betting on in the comments section below for all of Don and Dan's NFL picks. Head to the Toronto Sun.